So, the next gentleman, there's no way to do a proper introduction, except to say that Mr. Glenn Gilliam put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into you all standing here today. So I need to thank him for being committed to uplifting Althea Gibson's legacy. It is a job that we all must do, and he has taken the lead. So please understand, it does take a village. And as Althea has said, no one gets to the end without help from others around them. So please understand that we are all in this journey together. So Mr. Glenn Gilliam, come on up, you're on. Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. I had something prepared, but that's just a dramatic effect. There's nothing to do. I'm glad she left with a quote because Althea had a lot of great quotes. Unfortunately, they're not in her statue at the USTA, but that's another story. But we appreciate the statue and those quotes. I do have a little bit of a speech, and thankfully I don't think the band can play me off, so I apologize if I go over the time. Most know how I feel about Althea, and so I'm just going to start with a lot of thank yous, because I think that's important. Thank you for all the people who came out and supported. You never know who's going to show up, and we hope that you get a good crowd. We hope that you get a chance to fill the streets and let folks know exactly who this woman was. Thank you to the Police Athletic League. I'm so glad we got their banner up because it was their program, the Play Street program, that allowed her to find her way to the paddle tennis court and become a real champion. Thank you to the ATA, of course, because she was able to build her reputation there. Thank you to FAMU, to HBCUs, to Dr. J and Dr. Eaton, mostly to the residents of Harlem, her neighbors and fans. Today has been a journey. It started in 2019, and just so grateful for the support of so many people who helped make this happen. Especially the people who signed the petitions. And I'd like to single out the women in particular because they were very eager to sign. The brothers, you want my phone number, my email, and my home address? No, I'm good. But some of them did, they signed, and we're grateful for them supporting. Thanks to, a big thanks, of course, to Don Felder, his family, all of the family members who came out here today. Obviously, this is about that family celebration. Thank you to the estate executor, Michelle Curry, and rest in peace, Fran Gray. So important that the estate has been locked in on all of these things and pushing for so many recognitions over the years. I want to thank I don't know if she came, but my petition signing sister, Dana Lennon Thomas. I don't think did she make it? Okay. This wouldn't happen without Dana. Thank you, Dana. And I got to shout out the plug, who most of you might know by another name, who continues to do things and operate by any means necessary. NYSHA President, Black Panther, the Woman King, Diana Blackwell. Thank you so much for all that you've done and do and continue to do. Her colleague, Miguel Walters, thank you, Miguel. Thank you, Elijah Brooks, the Community Center coordinator there, coach. Like I say, the list is too long, but I definitely want to make sure those folks get acknowledged. Thank you to the business owners, obviously, to the folks who wrote letters of support, some of whom you heard. Bob Davis, thank you. Katrina Adams, thank you. I won't get into everybody's name, but folks from the Black Tennis Hall of Fame, thank you. It's a collective effort, as Michelle said. I can't say anything without giving Rex Miller, the filmmaker of the Althea documentary, his props. I would hope you give him a hand, please. associated with the documentary since 2015, and it was his vision that got me excited about maybe there'd be a chance for better recognition because this film was so well done and it spoke so many truths that needed to be told about our theater. I thought Rex's film was the best vehicle to get it to a larger audience and actually see some of these recognitions that are finally coming, but I got to tell you, the journey's been somewhat, it's nothing like what Althea faced, but she still scares the mainstream for some reason. This black woman who in the midst of Jim Crow did what she did, and not just here, but around the world. There's still a little bit of resistance, so we're just going to try to keep chopping wood and taking it where it needs to go. They nicknamed her, obviously, Jackie Robinson of tennis and golf, and she never liked that moniker. She's a big fan of Jackie, of course, but that's something that I think the USTA and the other Grand Slam organizations need to live up to that. Major League Baseball celebrates Jackie every April, and he only broke the color barrier here, so I'm just saying, do you guys think she deserves an Althea Gibson Day? I think it's going to happen, and I think if we all pull together, we can make it happen. That's why today is important. Not because it's the 65th anniversary. I said I wasn't going to do this. Of her breaking the color barrier at Wimbledon and the US Open. But because recognizing our greatness in real time matters. When you don't, you steal from the family, the community, and unfortunately, our future. I'm sorry. Althea's story is my mother's story. Cotton sharecroppers who migrated to Harlem to start a better life. The intersectionality of what Althea represents, so many people have spoken about. But she represents grassroots, modest means, HBCUs, sororities, and just a champion spirit. And one of the quotes that I love of hers is, losers see something and say, it's possible, but it's difficult. Winners, like Althea, see what's difficult, but it's possible. And that's why she became a champion 6 years after she broke the color barrier. If she had just broken the color barrier and never won anything, nobody cared. But she put her head down, finished high school, did college, and then went to the French Open and won singles and doubles. And then went to Wimbledon and won singles, and then went to the US Open. Got a ticket, and I'm so glad that Sally mentioned that in her article. Who else gets a ticker tape parade down the Canyon of Heroes? She was the only one since Jesse Owens, in 1936, and I think she might be the only one since. So it's just a beautiful story, and I think for young people to know, you've got to hold the gatekeepers accountable. It's time that we get tired of recognition 40 and 50 years later. I'm so glad for the young people who I hated following because they were so good. Amanda and Corey, you were incredible. Please give them. I'm going to wrap it up with the other quote that I love, and I found this story much later. I mean, just really earlier this year or late last year. But she used to talk to Zena Garrison a lot, and Zena did an interview and talked about when she would talk to Althea. Althea always wanted to get updates on the young players, the black players, Shonda Rubin, how the Williams sisters doing. And at the end of every conversation, Zena said she would end with 5 words. Keep working on your serve. She didn't understand what that meant until Althea passed. She wasn't talking about tennis. Keep working to serve others. Thank you so much.